Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Life Science Cares Philadelphia's Meet Our Partners virtual event. For those who don't know me, I'm Pete Wolf of Life Science Cares Philadelphia. This event is an excellent way to start the year as it brings together two of the critical components of Life Science Cares, our nonprofit partners and members of our life science community. In case you are not yet familiar with Life Science Cares, we are a nonprofit that connects the resources of the life science community with nonprofit partners who are doing outstanding work to reduce the impact of poverty on our neighbors. Today, you will hear from our partners who operate in one or more of our three areas of focus: survival, education, and economic sustainability. Each of these partners was nominated by members of our board and board of advisors and selected based on the impact they have on their communities they serve, the opportunities they provide to engage volunteers, and their alignment with our mission. Life Science Cares Philadelphia provided this group of partners with an aggregate of $220,000 in grants to support their operations, which was made possible by the generous support of our life science community. After hearing from them, I hope you will be as excited as I am to supplement this financial support with the time and talents of our life science community through volunteering. Before we start with the presentations, a few brief housekeeping notes. While we will not hold a Q&A session today, please do submit questions in the chat feature or indicate your interest in learning more about one or more of our nonprofit partners, and I will follow up with you to identify ways to get engaged. In addition, we are recording this webinar so that our life science colleagues who could not join us today will have an opportunity to watch at a later date. We also encourage you to share the recording with your organizations. Let's get to the presentations. Our first presenting partner will be Achievability. And with us from Achievability is Carly Maurer. Carly, if you could unmute yourself and I'll get you spotlighted here.
Yep, I'm here.
Great.
All right, so I'll share my screen.
Yep.
It says I can't share while other participant is sharing.
Oh, there we go. First technical glitch of the day. So.
All right. So hi, my name is Carly Maurer. I'm Director of Evaluation and Innovation at Achievability. We are a community-based nonprofit in West Philadelphia, and our mission is to break the cycle of poverty for families and individuals through education, supportive services, community and economic development, housing, and accountability. So we have three core programs. First, we have our Family Self-Sufficiency Program. And the idea of this program is education as a pathway out of poverty. So it's a housing program for low-income single-parent families. They get comprehensive coaching and they attend work and school to help them break the cycle of poverty. We have Achievability Connects, which is our one-stop shop for residents. So we provide things like emergency utility and rental assistance. And then we have Work Smart West Philly, which is a workforce development program. And the idea is to train job seekers with hard and soft skills to help them be successful and gain employment. So our volunteer opportunities. So first we have Achievability Mentoring Program. This can be virtual or on-site, about an hour a month. You're matched with a parent or someone in our Family Self-Sufficiency or Workforce Development Program, and it's really focused on helping them build their careers, networks, troubleshoot workplace problems. We have free tax preparation support that has training included, and that's about 2 hours per week, and that could be on-site or virtual. Virtual tutoring for our parents in college or for our children, and that is also virtual for an hour per week. We have Resume Bootcamp, which is working with our participants in the Workforce Development Program, helping them update their resumes, prepare for interviews. That's virtual, and they're about quarterly events, about 2 hours per event. We have Block Beautification. We also have a community garden that would be on site for about 4 hours. That's more of a group project. We have skills-based projects. This could really vary. So some things we've done in the past is we've had volunteer groups help us update our brand, our communication strategy, some strategic alignment work, and that's virtual right now. And the time commitment can vary. That's kind of based on your skills and interest. And then 60th Street Business Technical Assistance. So we're located on the 60th Street corridor. We have a lot of minority-owned, small local businesses, and they can use assistance with things like everything from, some tips to keep up their books so that they're able to get their business to the next step. That could be online or virtual, and the commitment varies. Some other ways to connect: you can support or organize a donation drive. So we have welcome home baskets for our families moving into our housing program. Those could be things like cleaning supplies, kitchen, baking sheets, things like that, to kind of help families stay settled. A lot of times families have nothing if they're coming in from a shelter. Back to school drives, that's in July and August. We collect Thanksgiving meals in November and holiday gifts in November and December. Another opportunity is to join our board. We're currently actively recruiting 2 additional board members. And of course, you can always make a donation. So I'll leave you with the quote. So one of our FSSP participants: "With each obstacle I overcome my path to self-sufficiency, the greater feeling of freedom I gain. To me, achievability exemplifies my work towards academic success and economic freedom." And Tiffany earned an associate's degree with us. And that's just our key contacts, me or Matt.
Thanks, Carly. Really appreciate it. And these are each going to be very short presentations to give you a general overview of each organization. Again, if you'd like to learn more about any of these organizations, drop me a note, and I look forward to connecting our life science community with each of our partners. Next up will be Breakthrough Philadelphia. And Carly, yep, stop sharing your screen. And Michelle Palmer.
Great. Can you see my screen? Okay, great. Good morning. My name is Michelle Palmer, and I'm the director of Breakthrough of Greater Philadelphia. Breakthrough is a 3-year academic enrichment program for that builds a path from middle school to high school and ultimately for college for Philadelphia's public, parochial, and charter schools. We have a dual mission where we also engage talented college students from around the country to teach in our summer program and to serve as role models and mentors to our students. We are excited that this summer, in a pandemic, we were able to still service 100 students, and 20 teaching fellows were in our program. So while we are currently in a global pandemic, there's a summer slide, but now we're dealing with a COVID slide in education. And Breakthrough of Philadelphia has a unique role to play to support the city of Philadelphia by helping to expand Philadelphia schools' ability to increase student educational opportunity and student outcomes. And while doing that, we attract and develop talented high school and college students to volunteer and inspire them to become Philadelphia teachers. So we were founded in 1995, and we currently have a 6-week summer academic enrichment program for rising 7th to 9th grade students. And we also have bi-weekly Saturday program for the school year. As I mentioned just a minute ago, our mission is a dual mission. So we do focus on our students, our college and high school students, and really train them in the summertime to become teachers and give them firsthand experience. Some of our teaching fellows come from local high schools, but we also deal with a lot of our local colleges, Drexel, University of Penn, Temple, et cetera. So how do we address the learning loss? We enable our students to learn year-round through our summer and school year program, and we complement rather than replicate what our students learn in school. And we offer our students the comfort and freedom to focus on learning in a safe environment. So we're really excited about our partnership with Life Science Cares. And so I know it's only have 2 minutes, but we really want to provide hands-on experience for our teaching fellows to have them have the ability to learn to be teachers. And this is where it'll be critical for us to have partners to come in to help them with their science curriculum and to really engage with them in different ways. So some of our spring highlights right now, we have Saturday program. We're focusing on literature, math, and science. We have a new program that we're working with Edmentum in our new partnership with Life Science Cares. And we're also doing a chess elective, and we're also making sure that our students have access to library books. Our program does run in person every Saturday at Germantown Friends School. We operate from 9:45 to 2 p.m. every Saturday, and this is the opportunity for people to come in and be guest speakers and to also just engage with our teaching fellows. This summer, we're gearing up for our in-person summer, which we're really excited about. And we are looking to really expand our time in the science curriculum and really give the students an opportunity to do more things as far as like experiments and everything science. Like last summer was really hard on our science curriculum in particular because we were virtual. So this year we're looking to really give our science teachers more opportunity to really do a lot of more experiments and really dig in deeply. So there's plenty of ways to volunteer at Breakthrough. We all, like I said, we have program every Saturday that you can come and volunteer, but we also have our summer program, which operates from the last week in June until the first week in August, so a 6 weeks program. Other ways that we can get involved, I would say introduce us to other individuals passionate about science and our mission. Volunteer your time to speak with the students about the teachers about science, and help us form partnerships to increase the scale of our impact. Thank you so much for having us today.
Thank you, Michelle. Next up is Broad Street Ministry.
Wonderful, thank you.
And Michelle, if you could stop sharing your screen, there we go.
This. Wonderful. Hello, my name is Melissa. I am the volunteer coordinator at Broad Street Ministry. Broad Street Ministry is an organization that helps Philadelphians living in deep poverty stabilize their lives through a unique offering of meals and social services that is welcoming to everyone. Our long-term vision is to not only meaningfully reduce the trauma and suffering caused by scarcity for Philadelphians' most vulnerable populations, but along with our best-of-class social services and government partners to break the cycle of poverty, homelessness, and hunger in Philadelphia. We practice radical hospitality here. Radical hospitality is not so much a formula as it is a relational way of being. Each day, we embrace our guests' whole and authentic selves. Our holistic approach means that we strive to break down social and systemic barriers so that every person can be seen, recognized, and restored. By providing community alongside wraparound social services, our guests are able to come to Broad Street and have a variety of needs met in just one place. We strive to deliver our services through a trauma-informed and harm-reductive lens. What that means, trauma-informed, is we acknowledge that each person has likely experienced some kind of trauma in their life and acknowledge how that may influence how they see themselves in the world, how they see others, and how they navigate the world. Harm reduction just means we meet people where they're at, accepting that their coping skills and journey to wholeness is not always a linear path. So with a non-judgmental stance, we recognize the intersectionality of our guest struggle and strive to offer creative and supports that are uplifting. Our vision: every person will be seen, recognized, and restored. We will be well-fed in all aspects of life, in every aspect of life, and we will be made whole. Even for just a few pure and powerful moments, the simplest acts of kindness can soothe the afflicted and transform the fortunate. What we do, we offer a variety of services, including lunch, personal care, mail, clothing. In addition to other partnerships we have our reentry program, partnership with Philadelphia Fight, and other service providers. COVID-19 changes the services. So COVID has brought a lot of change, and thanks to our staff's creativity and innovative thinking, some of those changes created even a better experience for our guests, and you can really see that in our clothing closet.
A great example of needing to think outside of the box is the clothing closet.
The clothing closet is a service we provide for our guests where they are able to go in and choose clothes that make them feel good.
Our model had been to welcome people into a fairly enclosed space and have them look at the racks. It was called a closet for a reason. It was a closet.
It's just not a space where it's possible to social distance.
I got to give all the credit in the world to Natalie. She's now transformed our sanctuary to where when they're operating the clothing closet, I mean, it looks like Macy's in there.
I asked them, said we have this big sanctuary where I could set up some racks and, set up a new temporary closet that's more socially distanced. They said, go for it.
They will treat you better than any salesperson in any high-end store that you've ever walked into.
Now people can come up here and they roam and they look and they try on their shoes. And I'm really happy to be in a position where I can help someone who needs shoes have some shoes, you know?
I think this is one of the best places where a guest can experience radical hospitality.
Anything we're doing to meet those immediate material needs, to me, is like crucial, so crucial.
Volunteer opportunities. So we have a variety of volunteer opportunities. We have donation sorting. So our personal care and clothing closet are sustained and supported by generous donations on a weekly basis. So volunteers would sort through our donations, making sure that we're only offering our guests gently used, clean, and appropriate clothing for their unique situations. The clothing closet, as you see in the video, you'd act as a personal shopper with the guests and help them pick out a couple items to take with them. So we're able to serve our guests in a more dignified and organized way. Lastly, our mail service. So volunteers help sort, file, and distribute mail to our guests who come in. Approximately over 3,000 people use BSM as their permanent address to help them establish residency, get identification, receive benefits. And all of that wouldn't be possible unless they had a mailing address. We also offer administrative and financial support for getting IDs. So here's some ways you can contact us. Our website, our Instagram, or through Facebook. And lastly, if you're interested in donating in any capacity, you can visit our website/donate. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Next up will be Cradles to Crayons and Molly.
All right, let me just share my screen quickly. All right, hi everyone. My name is Molly Boyd. I am the Senior Manager of Corporate Engagement at Cradles to Crayons. I just want to start off too by saying thank you all for your time today, and thank you to all the community partners. It's really empowering to hear all the work being done in the community, so I love presentations like this. It's great to hear so much good is going on during these challenging times. But our mission at Cradles to Crayons is very simple. We help kids from 0 to 12 years old living in homeless and low-income situations by providing them with basic essentials that they need to thrive at home, school, and play. So we basically distribute these items through a network of partner agencies, and the families that we're working with are in extremely dire situations where choosing between paying an electric bill and making sure their children have a warm coat this winter, or choosing between paying for groceries and they're making sure their child has a birthday gift just isn't feasible. So what we're here to do is kind of lift that burden from not only the families that we serve, but also the social workers and partner agencies that we partner with to allow them to continue to do what they do. So how we do what we do is we work with the community, and our mission is to really connect communities. So prior to the pandemic, we had roughly 25,000 volunteers that would join us in what we call our Giving Factory, which is located in East Falls. And in this facility, we had volunteers come in to actually pack, sort, and assemble custom items for kids. In today's world, things look very different, but we are proud to say that we've actually served more kids now than ever by leveraging a lot of our partnerships and continuing to work with our community volunteers. So again, rather than working directly with the families, right now we have over 280 service partners who apply to work with us. Some you might be familiar with: Big Brother, Big Sister, the Children's Hospital, Philadelphia School District. They have immediate needs for the families that they're serving, so they tell us exactly what those needs are, and we fulfill them for them. We are still accepting small groups of volunteers at this time, but what we've really transitioned to is more of a bulk distribution. So we're providing hundreds of hygiene items or thousands of backpacks to different partners in schools throughout the region. And then through that, we're still able to continue to customize these orders for the kids. So if we know there's a little boy named Matthew, he's 5 years old, he needs a week's worth of clothing, a new pair of shoes, and a backpack with school supplies, we can make sure that we can continue to fulfill those orders. the support is so needed right now. As you can imagine, we've actually seen an increase in over 200% this year. So where the product comes from is from organizations like your own, individuals and families who are looking to clean out their closets and ensure that the product goes into the hands of kids who need it most. We do have a number of engagement opportunities and ways you can help during this time. As I said, we are accepting volunteers to come into our Giving Factory. You can see in the top left-hand corner here, that's actually a Life Science Cares group. They came in and helped us sort through clothing, picked out outfits for kids. So again, everything you're doing while in the Giving Factory is going to touch a child in some way. But then we also have a number of virtual opportunities. So below that picture, right on the bottom right-hand side, is a virtual engagement opportunity we did with a company where they actually came and picked up product from us that was already quarantined. They brought it into their homes and then they did a Giving Factory at Home event. So right now we're very flexible in terms of customizing events. Some that have been extremely successful and extremely helpful have been our kitting events. So we can provide you with an outline of what goes into a hygiene kit or what goes into a backpack, and then corporations can work to fulfill those needs. We also are able to provide custom wish lists and set up a wish list with our immediate needs, where employees can go on or family members can go on and actually purchase our most immediate needed items and then have them shipped directly to us. We've done a number of corporate competitions where departments compete to serve a specific number of children, whether it be through financial contributions or donated product. A really great program that we've also introduced is called our Give Back with an Outfit Pack. Essentially what this is we take an order that we received from our system and we send you the child's name, what that child's date of birth is, what type of birthday gift they wish for, what clothing they have a need for, and then you fulfill that specific order, whether it be from gently used items in your own home or you go out and purchase the items yourself. So that's another great, really tangible way to help us as well. Another great activity for groups would be, we always have a need for cards. This year, we're actually launching our 12th annual Ready for Learning program, where the focus is preparing kids for school from head to toe. This summer, we have a goal of distributing 50,000 backpacks throughout the greater Philadelphia area. And in each of the backpacks, we like to include a message from one of our volunteers. So it's a simple message that lets a child know, keep up the good work, have a great year. So those are just socials where we can either get on a Zoom call and make cards together and talk about the need in Philadelphia. And this is just an ongoing project that we always have a need for. And then finally, program-specific support. We have a number of initiatives throughout the year and events for corporate engagement. We're always looking to customize programs with different companies and have always appreciated the relationship with Life Science Cares. So really hope to really engage a lot more of you this year. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we are proud to say that with the help of the community, we've been able to serve over 122,000 local children, which has been more than we've ever served in an annual basis. And our goal overall is to really work with the community to alleviate and deepen the awareness of poverty and inspire others to learn and give back to their local community. So I just want to say thank you so much. Please never hesitate to reach out with any questions, but we hope to see you all either in the Giving Factory or in one of our virtual opportunities.
Thank you, Molly. Next up, we will have the team from eClose.
There I am. The world wishes they could mute me, but only Pete gets that. He can only mute me now. So hi, I'm Dara Reese Whalen, and my co-founder Alana O'Reilly is also on the call. We are from eClose Institute, and eClose stands for Empowering the Community Lens on Science Through Education. And we are based in Philadelphia. And when we start looking at the numbers in Philly in terms of students being STEM majors, going into biomedical sciences, fields that are related to science and education, we're looking at there being large disparities in students not only having access and entering science programs or STEM programs, but actually completing them. What eClose is setting out to do and accomplishing is kind of flipping the entire grid on that and having this success and showing students from Philadelphia and other urban centers that yes, this is for you and this is a career that you can succeed in, and we're always going to be there. Just to give you a quick idea of what it looks like in terms of Philadelphia versus United States in terms of researchers, you can see that it's almost completely inversed. What we're working to do is actually change this and make this so that everyone has representation in science research and looking at various diseases. We started with cancer, but we have branched out because we found it was really important for the students to have impact on the diseases affecting their homes, their neighborhoods, and their communities. Why high school students? Well, there's a lot of them. In the United States alone, there's over 16 million of them and over 550 worldwide. If we can put the power into the hands of students, we're going to see these kids conquering cancer and other diseases by looking at all the different nutrients that go into the different communities' types of recipes. What are they putting into their mouths? What systems have they been told, oh, if you take this, you'll never get sick? And how can we use these nutrients to combat diseases like cancer in their neighborhoods? eClose has a very strong commitment to Philadelphia. Over the summer, we did have to leave our face-to-face programming and go virtual. These are two students from the school for the Philadelphia High School for Girls, or as I grew up knowing as Girls High. And one of their teachers actually came to their presentation day and told us just how amazing not only his students performed, but how well and how eloquently the students spoke about their science and their research. eClose is incredibly anchored in citizen science. It means that it's not just the person at the research bench, it's everybody in their classrooms and in their homes. It's an impact on the community. And here we have Marcus, and Marcus made us all cry because we couldn't understand why Marcus was looking off the screen during Zoom lessons. And it turned out his little bit sister was there and she was like, when are you gonna have science for me too? And we just couldn't believe that not only was it impacting Marcus and his mom and his family, but his little sister can't wait to be a scientist now either. eClose is a pipeline. We actually started out thinking we were just solely education. It turned out we weren't. We were actually a workforce pipeline starting from middle school, running all the way through adults now. We have our eClose instructors who have trained with us. They are science teachers in the city of Philadelphia. We run summer programs for kids as young as middle grades. We have undergraduate programs for students entering college that are looking to enter research labs. We have lots of high school programs, and we actually have recently been working with Bulb and Phil Brooks at the Science Center, and we do an adult workforce development program there. All of our programs collect research data. This is not an experience program. eClose is actually collecting data points to match up what are nutrients doing in cancer pathways and those of other diseases. eClose has just blossomed and been amazing, and our students and our participants just say amazing things because it's not a class, it's not a course that you take and you leave and you say, wow, that was a great experience. You become part of this bigger solution and this bigger community. How can you help become part of our bigger community? We need to harness this power of citizen science. We are awesome. We are great in education. We are great at the lab bench, but we need help figuring out how to make the data accessible. So if you know someone or you are someone who is awesome at doing the database thing, please, please, please email us. We need that. We have tons of data and we want to move the needle on disease and have that impact. So we need your help. volunteer lab work? Do you like repeating pipetting? We have lots of tubes to be filled. So we are happy to send them out to you because we are going to be working with like thousands of kids every year, and we need lots of little tubes filled with liquids for them to work with. Career speakers, we were very fortunate to have members of Life Science Care speak to some of our programs last summer and support our undergraduate bridge students during their presentations. So if you do want to talk, or you want to just actively support participants by asking them good questions at presentation day, please reach out to us. And advocacy, please tell people about eClose. Help us raise scholarship funds so that way our programs remain cost-free for students in urban centers. And social media, please, we would love any direction and help there, but you just sending out Instagrams and tweets about us would help support eClose in ways that would be immeasurable. Please do reach out to Alana and I. Pete will have our email addresses, and we are eClose. Thank you.
Thank you, Dara. And as if this was planned, next up is Firsthand at the University City Science Center, which Dara mentioned. So David and Phil.
All right, thanks, Pete. Thank you, everyone. We really appreciate the support of the Life Sciences Cares community. Let me see, can you see that?
Yes. Okay, so thank you, everyone. I'm David Clayton. I'm the Director of STEM Education at the Science Center. The Science Center is, we are an engine for economic growth. And so what we really do is we commercialize promising technologies, we cultivate talent, and we convene people to inspire action. And at the end of the day, our goal is to grow the economy for Greater Philadelphia. And we do this through 3 pillars: our commercialization programs, which take kind of ideas that are research, and we bring that into the commercial marketplace. That can be vaccines, therapies, all kinds of new diagnostics. We bring people together through our Quorum and Venture Cafe programs, and then we cultivate talent. And what that looks like, we focus on early exposure at the middle grades and middle school, and then building skills and exploring career pathways in high school, and then workforce development. But the goal with our middle school programs is really, you can't be what you can't see, and that you need to do the exposure in the middle grades and even earlier to actually become a scientist or a STEM professional. And so with Firsthand, we offer free multi-week programs. We partner, currently we're partnering with 8 schools, and we're sending STEM kits directly to students' homes. We've sent over 300 STEM kits to students during the pandemic, and we're just getting ready to ship another round for the spring. And with our high school students, we're really focused on connecting them with internship opportunities and opportunities to really like explore career potential for themselves. And then for ways to get involved, obviously funding, as I said, we've shipped over 300 STEM kits during the pandemic directly to students' homes. We have a series called Lunchtime Labs. Tomorrow we're featuring Crazy Aaron of Crazy Aaron's Putty World. He's doing a tour of his factory, but we're seeking other partners to do more of our Lunchtime Labs this spring. And my colleague Phil Brooks can talk about our workforce program.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Phil Brooks. I am the Director of STEM Workforce Partnerships at the University City Science Center. Workforce development is fairly new to the University City Science Center, but we hit the ground running with a very, very generous donation from the LenFest Foundation. We partnered with a number of folks in the University City area to build something that we think is going to be extremely helpful and extremely needed within the University City and the Greater Philadelphia community. As life science organizations and companies continue to plant their flag within the Philadelphia area, we want to be able to grow talent in a way that's going to be very impactful over the near term. So 3 years, 5 years, 10 years out, all of the above. So as I mentioned, the LenFest Foundation helped us with kind of like the initial kickoff with this. We were able to launch 2 programs last year in partnership with ECLOS Institute, really to focus on young adults and adults and getting connected with different opportunities within the life science industry. So these adults have come to the program with different workforce experiences, whether it's customer service, retail, et cetera, but they're getting reskilled and they're learning other things like microscopy and DNA isolation and ELISA assays, really some of the things that we've learned from companies that they're looking for in talent over a long period of time. So that was really helpful for us to work with ECLOS and to work with others within the region to really identify some of the things that was necessary for some of these adults going through the program. We recently were able to get a grant from the EDA, specifically the STEM Talent Challenge Grant, to do this for 6 more cohorts. We're still going to need partnerships. We're still going to need opportunities for individuals to come in and support us with programming, whether it be in person or virtual. We're consistently looking for opportunities for folks to get involved. As David mentioned, my colleague with firsthand, we're always looking for mentors with workforce development. We're looking for mentors. We're also looking for selection committee members from the industry. Quick shout out to Pete, because I was doing the first pilot program and we didn't have as many mentors as we wanted to. Pete sent out an email, and that same day I got 4 people saying, I would love to be a mentor for Bulb graduates or Bulb participants. So definitely looking forward to working with others on this call within this field, and looking forward to just collaborating more and being an awesome city. Thanks.
Thank you, Phil and David. Next up is Jebs and Nancy.
Can you see me?
Oh, now we can. We're all set.
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. I am Nancy Astor Fox. I'm the Chief Development Officer of Jevs Human Services. We're grateful for the support of Life Science Cares. We're thrilled to be a first-time recipient of your grants and look forward to working together. It's wonderful to be included with the nonprofit agencies that are participating in this meeting. We already partner with some of the folks that you've heard from, and I look forward to seeing if there's ways we can collaborate with many of the others. We know that in order to make a difference in our community, all of us are going to have to work together. This is a crisis like never before. The pandemic and the recession are inflicting pain across our region, with the greatest impact on the people already in the greatest need. We need a response like never before. Jevs Human Services is focusing on getting people jobs and helping people to live independently. We have the programs to get people back on their feet, and we're ramping them up right now. This is about hope like never before. We can help people restart their lives and make sure that we all come through this together. There is so much to share with you about the work of Jevs. I have 3 minutes, and it's really impossible to do more than to just give you some highlights. We were started 80 years ago to help refugees fleeing Nazi Germany, coming to Philadelphia to restart their lives. We're continuing that work today, supporting almost 30,000 individuals in our region. And we work with those with disabilities, youth who are disconnected from school and work, refugees, the unemployed, the underemployed. I can go on, and as you can imagine, this work is more needed than ever. Perhaps it's best that I share this very brief video with you to show you what the past year has been like and how we are all essential in helping our community to recover. We have an array of volunteer opportunities across our 35 plus programs, and we really do hope that you will consider volunteering with us. Thank you so much, and I'm going to share this video. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Next up is MANNA and Jax.
Hi, everyone. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. We are. Okay. Go. Does everyone see the full presentation?
Yes.
Great. So hi, my name is Jax. I'm here from MANNA, which is Metropolitan Area Neighborhood Nutrition Alliance. And what we do is provide medical nutrition services to people who are facing serious illnesses. So whether that be things like cancer, HIV/AIDS, uncontrolled diabetes, renal disease, those kinds of things, nutrition plays an incredible role in their healing process. It can help to mitigate side effects from medications and helps them recover at a faster rate and better. And so one of the things that can be really difficult, though, is actually accessing the prescribed diets that they get from their doctors, especially for a lot of the folks that we serve. As the overwhelming majority, we don't have an income requirement, but the majority of folks on our program do come from low-income neighborhoods. And so it can be really difficult for them not only to access the proper health and nutrition that they need, but also be able to afford it. So while on our program, they receive 21 meals a week, full comprehensive nutrition for while they're on our program. And we also offer professional nutrition counseling so they can better understand their needs and how they might be able to still eat healthy after the program is over. During the pandemic, we've seen an incredible increase in demand for our services. All of our clients are immune compromised, and it is incredibly dangerous for them to leave their homes right now. So we've seen we're delivering more than 40% more than we were before the pandemic, and that need is continuing to grow. So we need more volunteers. All of our food is prepared and packaged by our volunteers, and our volunteers also help with delivery. So the main two ways to volunteer with us, we do have other smaller things. So we do have things like cards and things like that, but the two main ways are to help us in the kitchen or to help deliver the meals as a driver. We operate between Tuesday and Thursday. The kitchen is open for volunteers. The kitchen shifts are usually about 3 hours long. The driver shifts are a little shorter, only about an hour and a half per route. And since we are here, I actually am in the office, hence the mask. And we do take the safety of everyone here very seriously. So due to the pandemic, we have instituted a lot of safety measures like air filters, mask requirements, 6-foot distancing in the kitchen, et cetera. All of our deliveries are no contact. So that we can be as safe as possible, both for our volunteers and staff and also for our clients. Our volunteers can also earn points when you pick up shifts and do other small things like there are other little kind of tasks and things that you can pick up points for and earn some MANNA swag as well as some recognition and things like that. If you want to get started volunteering with us, you can register as an individual at any time on our website. You can also donate there. You can create an account, take the online training, and be signing up for shifts within about 15 minutes. And if you're interested in group volunteering, I would ask that you reach out to Phoebe, who I believe is also on this call, our Manager of Community Engagement and Volunteer Services, and she would be happy to help sign up your group. We're here at MANNA, we are very focused. We're an essential services organization for the city of Philadelphia and the greater Philadelphia region. And the people that we're serving are very much some of our most vulnerable neighbors. And so any help that we can get is absolutely appreciated. Other things that you can do to help if you don't feel comfortable coming in are to reach out to us and see if there's anything else that you can help with. Of course, you can donate on our website, and you can also share us on social media and such. On our website, you'll find all of the other information that is there. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We really appreciate being part of such a great group of nonprofits around the Philadelphia region, and we're just very excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jax. Next up is the Nationalities Service Center. Jacqueline.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie. I'm the Community Support Specialist at Nationality Service Center. NSC, it provides comprehensive services to refugees and immigrants. Those services include food support, ESL classes, legal services, and today we're going to be talking about our refugee resettlement program. So just a quick overview of who our clients are. They're refugees and asylum seekers. A refugee is somebody who has to flee their home country due to the threat of violence from war, political violence, or they feel threatened because they're part of a targeted religion or social group. So these are our clients coming in. Oftentimes they're in their refugee camps for years before they reach the United States. So today we're going to be talking about volunteer activities and donations that can be done as a group or individuals. I'm first going to be showing you a video of our home setup program. So let me just share my screen with you. One moment. Is everybody able to see this screen, the YouTube screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so that was a video from our home setup program. If you're interested in setting up a refugee's home, we will forward this link in the chat, but this is our volunteer and donations website. And at the top here is a survey where all the volunteer opportunities we're going to be scrolling through today, you'll be able to click on the ones that interest you and be on a short list that's alerted when we have clients coming in that we need these opportunities for. Some of them are a bit short notice, like we have a client coming in tonight and we needed short notice. We knew about a week in advance, and so we alert people, but others are more long-term, ongoing, that can be done at any time. So I'm just gonna walk through those opportunities really quick. So first is our cleanup and home setup crews. So when we first get a notification that a refugee is coming, our housing specialist will contact our partner landlords. We're always looking to increase that partner list if you know anybody that works for housing agencies or as a landlord. And we secure housing for our client. And then we have to go through and clean the home and then set up the home. So the setup is done with donations that are provided, and we'll stock the home, and then we'll have our volunteers come in and make beds, stock kitchens, and stock bathrooms as well, and just make it more homey. We're always looking for more donations of things like picture frames or paintings, and flowers, as well as the essentials like dishes and toiletry care. So the things that we would like for the home setup are found here on this website. Now we have specific drives if we're low on an item or seasonal initiatives, like in the fall, we often are collecting coats. We also have a back to school drive where we served over 400 clients this year, providing them fully stocked books or backpacks with age appropriate reading level books, as well as school supplies. But here are the ongoing donations that we're always looking for. All of these can be gently used, like the kitchen items or home good items, but we do require brand new linens and bedding items, as well as toiletries. If you're interested in donating a particular kit, my contact information will be at the end, and I'm happy to come together and talk about different donations that we accept. Everything that all the volunteer and donation opportunities at NSC have been made COVID safe. So here on the donation site, you can click our Amazon wish list and it will be shipped directly to our office, so no contact shopping. And the home setup crew, we encourage to be done with individuals from the same family or roommates, so that it's all together in the same household to reduce spread. Something that's popular and very effective for us in the workplace is starting a donation drive. So if you're interested in starting a donation drive, feel free to contact me and we'll provide advertising materials. We'll let you know what items are most needed. And we'll also provide pickup bins and work with you on dates and things like that. So we're very involved in our donation process, or as involved as you'd like us to be if you have a system. But we have great partnerships and the donation drives have been very successful. We often have things like church groups or religious faith groups doing toiletry donation drives. This winter, we had about 600 coats donated us from the UPenn Hospital. And these are things that our clients are always in need of. When they step off of the plane, they often have 1 or 2 suitcases that they've been using for years. And we need a good amount to stock homes. With the Biden administration coming in, the refugee admittance in the United States has just recently been raised from 15,000 to 62,000. So that's going to drastically increase our numbers here in Philadelphia. And we need all the community support that we can get to make our clients comfortable here in Philadelphia. Another portion that is needed from each arriving refugee is culturally appropriate groceries. So if you're interested in donating groceries, this is also made COVID safe through Instacart. We will send you the Instacart link and you can online shop. And we have grocery lists for each ethnicity to make sure that they're culturally appropriate. So if you're interested, you would simply select this on our survey at the top that you want to be a grocery donor. And when we have an opportunity available, I would send you the correct information to make that donation, and you can all do it from the comfort of your home. If you are a savvy chef and like to create meals in your home, we also need a culturally appropriate, hot, ready-to-eat meal for the families coming in. We actually have a family coming in from Iraq tonight that will be receiving a culturally appropriate homemade meal from a donor. If you would like to participate in this program and are not so much a chef, we also have local restaurants that we partner with that you can simply make a call for delivery as well. And lastly, we're really excited about this new pilot program that we have of greeting refugees at the airport. Again, if you're interested in being at the welcoming crew, you can select it at the survey at the top and you'll be notified when opportunities are made. This is especially great if you speak a different language, but if not, no worries, you can participate as well and make signs of welcome. And I would be at the airport with you as we greet these families that are coming in from an incredibly long journey, and we welcome them to safety here in Philadelphia. Lastly, my contact information, Jackie McCann, jmccann@nscphila.org is here at the bottom. And I'll share you the contact information as well as the link to this webpage. And if you have any questions, I look forward to answering them at the end. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jackie. Next up is Phil Abundance and Sarah.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having me. I thought by now you would have seen enough PowerPoint, so I'm just going to talk here from our loading dock at our main warehouse in South Philadelphia. Really happy to have had your support, hope to continue having your support, and what a really wonderful group of organizations that is here today. So we're Phil Abundance. We probably do more than you think we do. We do work to relieve hunger right now, but we also do a lot of work around trying to address the root causes of hunger. And that's the part people probably don't know about us as much. So we are a food bank. We're one of the largest food banks in our area. We work in the 9 counties, Philadelphia, 4 counties to the west and south of Philadelphia, and then across the river in the 4 other counties. We distribute food to people through a network of about 350 agencies. And in fact, in today's Philadelphia Inquirer, you might have seen a really great article by Al Lubrano about one of our really excellent partners, Desiree Lamar Murphy, who runs a really viable food pantry out of her home. And she has a wonderful story. We have had an enormous increase in demand for our service since COVID. We've seen our agencies have reported seeing an increase in demand of up to 60%, and about 40% of those people have never had to access the food safety network before. And I just always like to make the point that this affects everybody. It doesn't discriminate in any way at all. So don't ever think it can't happen because we've seen all sorts of people with this. In addition to the food distribution work that we mentioned, we also have, that I mentioned, we also have a program around workforce development. And this program is more than 20 years old. A lot of people aren't aware of it, but we really work to provide people what we like to call life skills and knife skills. We provide them with the ability to build their confidence, to present themselves properly, to interview, to get a job, to keep a job, to understand what's expected of them. And then we also provide them with culinary training. This program is a really high impact program. And in September, we moved into a fabulous new building that allows the quality of the staff and the students who go to the program to be matched with the tools and facility that they now have. As an outspring of that program, a few years ago, we decided to really begin to think about how is it that so many people end up needing food, and what is it that we can do as Philabundance to really work to address those root causes of hunger. And so we have begun to develop quite a few partnerships around that, including one with jevs, and many, many other partners, as we really look to talk about how can we begin to shorten the line and not just continue to feed the line. And I know my 3 minutes is up now, so I will say thank you again. We are always looking for funds, food, and friends, and I believe Life Science Cares has provided all of those to us already. So we look forward to seeing you here again. And if you want any more information, please feel free to go to philabundance.org, and may your plate always be full. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Next up is Philadelphia Education Fund.
Hi, Pete. I'm just going to share my screen. All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Emma Cohen Westbrook. I'm the Special Assistant and Special Projects Manager for Philadelphia Education Fund. I'll start my timer for 3 minutes. So just to share a little bit about what we do, we really focus on really supporting students in their access to college and career success, as well as supporting teachers and whole high school communities in building a college-going culture. We have a few programs that really highlight what we do. The first is our College Access Program, where we have staff that are embedded in low-performing high schools to support students from 9th through 12th grade in their college goals. Everything from applying to college, applying to the FAFSA, to pre-COVID visiting college campuses, really anything that gets a student from that idea to really the confidence to see it through. We also provide financial and mentor support to students once they get accepted to college through our Last Dollar Scholarship Program, as well as a mentorship program for our Philadelphia scholars once they reach college, to really support them in seeing it through, as many of our students that we work with are first-generation college students and don't have that same infrastructure of support all of the time compared to students who have more of that history in their family. And finally, we also have a really robust STEM education program that really focuses on the STEM ecosystem, which is a network of STEM professionals. There may be people on this call who are already familiar with the STEM ecosystem. If not, I'll have information about how to get connected on the next page. This is really where we bring our work to the much larger scale to consider how we really can build out STEM education and STEM career pathways for every young person in Philadelphia, as well as the collective, which really focuses on supporting women and Black and Latinx Philadelphia students to get involved with STEM. So as I'm sure many organizations can say, things have looked a little different since COVID started and we moved remote. So these opportunities to get involved are either available now or ones that you'll be top of the list for once we really are able to see each other in person. I'm going to put those 3 links in the middle there into the chat so you all can really get connected right away. And the best one is that top one, to really get on our mailing list so you can say, I'm not really sure if I want to do this now, but I'd like to learn more and stay involved with Philadelphia Education Fund. 10 seconds early. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Emma. Next up is Kelsey and Philadelphia Futures.
Thank you, Pete. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to hear you. The benefit of going close to the end is that I get to hear all the wonderful work you're doing. So thank you for sharing that. I'm going to, instead of talking your ear off, show you a video that highlights one of our students and our alumni so that you can see our program in action. And then I will summarize some ways you can get involved with us. And Pete, let me know if you cannot hear this.
Hello, I am Corinne Gerhardt, Director of Individual Giving with Philadelphia Futures. Before joining Philadelphia Futures as a staff member in 2016, I was a proud member of the Sponsor Scholar class of 2007. I attended Abraham Lincoln High School in Northeast Philadelphia and Temple University. Our mission at Philadelphia Futures is to support low-income, first-generation to college students with the tools, resources, and opportunities necessary for admission to and success in college. We envision a city where all of our students have what they need to thrive in life and be successful. I am pleased to be your host today as our students walk you through their journey at Philadelphia Futures. Thank you and have a great day.
Hello everyone, my name is Zoe McGee and I am a junior at Central High School. I am part of the Sponsor a Scholar program here at Philadelphia Futures. I joined this program the spring semester of my freshman year, and I can confidently say that Philadelphia Futures as a whole has not only helped me academically, but also personally. They encourage me to do stuff outside of Futures with other programs and also clubs. With the courses and classes that they provide within SAS, they help me with college and financial fit. Being an only child, my mom and I never really knew the college process for that. Being able to take part in those courses and classes has really helped us. For interviews, we take a mock interview, and with the feedback from the college admissions as well, that has really broadened my perspective and made me more prepared for what's there to come. With the college research that we do, that has helped me with so much because I did not know how to do that before, with college research as well as just contacting college admissions and taking part in college tours. I learned a new priority that I have for my college experience of what I want it to look like and what's important to me and what's not important to me. Getting hands-on events like such as YWR, I get to participate in networking and communication practice, as well as participate in Career Day that I did in sophomore year at 6ABC. That was an unforgettable experience because mostly not only was it hands-on, but I never thought about that industry before. And so being able to just take a tour and it changes your mindset has really been helpful. Knowing that I'm a junior this year, I'm still expected to grow, and I hopefully grow until senior year and beyond that. So.
All right, so that is just a highlight of one of our over 600 students that we serve at Philadelphia Futures. If you're interested in getting involved with our work, we have many ways. Our biggest commitment opportunity is to serve as a mentor. Zoe's mentor was mentioned, and mentors really open the doors for our students to new social, cultural, and educational experiences and really provide those networks that our students need to thrive. You're matched with a student in high school and asked to continue working with them through the first year of college. And it's probably our most deep and time-intensive opportunity. If that doesn't fit with your schedule, we also have a variety of other ways to tap into our academic and career programs, from translators. We often need translation support, tutors, writing coaches, club leaders, mock interviewers, career panelists, internship hosts, you name it, there's a way that we can involve you in our work. So thank you. And if you have an interest, I look forward to connecting with you after today. Have a great day.
Thank you, Kelsey. Next up is Project Home and Melanie. And after that will be You're Up, and then we'll wrap up.
Thanks, Pete. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. That was a great presentation, also because I happen to be a graduate of that program back when it also had White Williams Scholars. So I'm really happy to be one of the organizations following that great one. Hello, everybody. My name is Melanie Richter, and I'm Senior Director of Development at Project Home. We aim to help people in Philadelphia break the cycle of chronic homelessness through housing, opportunities for employment, medical care, and education. Next, I'll share a short video that will show you examples of the people that your support would help.
Welcome to McGuire Residence, my new home. I experienced homelessness quite a few periods of times. I'm an addict. My addiction took off, so I sleep in the street anywhere I can go. Couldn't make up my mind to stay clean, but now I stay clean today.
Monet, who you just met, is one of 42 people who moved in over a period of just a few weeks during a pandemic, which is pretty incredible.
Moving into McGuire Residence was like taking a deep breath. I have a child. I realized that I have to step up and be a parent and follow my goals that I want to do as well.
When we get to walk alongside folks like Monet in their personal journey, it's inspiring to us.
Someone gave me a key. Gratefully, I accept the key. And, responsibility for just being here.
It's a really special moment to hand somebody their keys for the first time. Even with face masks, you could not hide that people's smiles were really just shining through when they saw their new space.
The apartment looked like a little condo. I don't even know what it kind of looked like, but I believe it's my condo.
A home is one of those things that's foundational. It's really hard to work on yourself if you don't have a safe, warm place to rest your head. And in particular during this time, during the pandemic, it's a place that people can isolate. It was pretty amazing that the building was able to open on time. During a pandemic, not getting to connect with people in person put us a little bit at a handicap. But the residents that we tend to serve at Project Home tend to come with a ton of resilience. And in addition, our staff had to shore up their own resilience. We were hiring people in the middle of a pandemic and asking them to come in person and work with people. But we found a really incredibly dedicated group of people to work here that that wasn't an issue for them.
I love Project Home because it has a vast majority of services. It's help here. If you want it, you go get it. You know what I'm saying? You can do whatever you want to do.
Project Home really is different. And I really think that the difference is the personal connection.
McGuire Residence is a dream come true. Like, having places like these built for people who are like me, I don't feel different. And I feel like people can embrace people who have mental illness or are recovering addicts or just struggling homeless. You know, you might miss a paycheck and be homeless.
That is what the Beloved community is all about. We're in this together. We're all part of this city, part of this earth, and we're gonna try to take care of each other. And we're gonna believe that everyone deserves dignity, everyone deserves respect, everyone deserves the opportunity to have a place to live.
Project Home is the best thing since sliced bread. Like they say, anything is possible.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, Melanie. And our last nonprofit partner presenting today is Europe and Bridget.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be very brief because I know I'm standing between you and lunch. I'm going to share a quick video and a brief overview of what we do.
What really makes America great? What makes America great is that we pair our powers with something intangible. The only nation in human history organized around a handful of civic ideals of equality, of opportunity, and fair play. They're interdependent. That is what makes this country unique and special. And in neighborhoods all over this country, there are people with just as much creativity, just as much imagination, just as much ambition, who haven't had their chance at the American dream. And keeping faith with that dream is what draws a lot of us to Year Up.
Okay, so at Year Up, we connect talented, motivated young adults with corporate partners across Philadelphia and Wilmington. Some of our partners include Merck, JP Morgan Chase, and Exelon. We combine hands-on training, right now virtual of course, high support for our participants. We train them for about 5 months, and then we connect them with a work immersion with one of our partners. We have about a 90% success rate in placing our young adults in employment, earning about $42,000 a year. And so for us to be able to bring young adults from minimum wage or unemployment to, a livable family sustaining wage in less than a year is really our goal, and we're very outcomes driven. So, ultimately, we believe that talent and motivation is distributed equally in this country, but opportunity and access is not. And so, we welcome all of you to join us in that mission, if that's also your belief. We welcome volunteers to work with our students one-on-one in resume review, mock interview, help them prepare for their job search as they go through the program. And we're also always looking for connections with local companies who are looking for young talent as either as interns or to hire as full-time employees. So thank you all, and I hope to be in touch with many of you in the future.
Thank you, Bridget. Well, I hope you're all as inspired as I am to be involved with each of these nonprofit organizations, and we are very excited to help connect our partners with the resources of the life science community. Check our website, Twitter, LinkedIn, as well as our newsletters to find out ways that you can get involved. Or reach out to me directly and let me know of your industry organization's area of interest, and I will help connect you with our nonprofit partners to find ways that you can be engaged. Thank you to each of our partners for sharing their incredible work with us today, and thank you for joining us to learn more about our partners. We really look forward to the opportunity to connect you with our partners to help reduce the impact of poverty on our neighbors. Thank you again for joining us, and have a great weekend.